ladies and gentlemen. It is now 7:02 p.m. Welcome to tonight's Planning and Zoning Commission meeting of Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. Members of the Planning and Zoning Commission and public may participate in the public hearing. All participants will be able to speak when called upon. At this time, I would like to explain the procedures to be followed during the meeting. The Commission is both a consent agenda and an agenda for consideration of individual items. Items listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine and non-contested. Item number 1, citizen comments, provides the opportunity for members of the public to address the Commission on items that are listed on the consent agenda. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes, and the Secretary will let you know when 1 minute is left. For all plats and plans conditionally approved or disapproved by the Commission, the applicant will be provided a written statement of the conditions for the conditional approval or the reasons for disapproval. These conditions and reasons are not arbitrary. They are directly related to the requirements of Local Government Code Chapter 212 and include citations to the law that is the basis for the conditional approval or disapproval. For individual consideration items, I will call the applicant or his or her representative to present the case. The applicant will have up to 5 minutes to present the case, which includes all persons representing the application. Then those who wish to speak in favor and those wishing to speak in opposition will have up to 5 minutes each to present his or her comments. Prior to speaking, please give your name and city of residence. Remember to speak directly into the microphone, as this hearing is recorded for the public record. Any handouts you wish to provide should be given to staff. Please do not approach the Commission. The next meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission will be Monday, October 6th, 2025. The next item on the agenda is citizen comments on items listed on the consent agenda. April, has anyone signed up to speak on any item on the consent agenda?
No one signed up. Please proceed.
Thank you. All right, Secretary Merrick, would you please read the consent agenda into the record?
Yes, we have 3 items. The first one is the approval of the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting minutes from Monday, August 4th, 2025, and Monday, August 18th, 2025. The second one is 2025-237-PL, Lone Stallion Addition, located at 1691 Byron
1629.
Road. I'm sorry, 1629 Byron Road. And the last one is 2025-199-PL, Conflines Crossing, located at 1501 Valley View Lane.
All right, we have 3 items on the consent agenda for approval. Do I have a motion for approval?
I'll make a motion for approval.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second for approval. Please vote. And the motion passes unanimously. All right, then we go on to the items on the consent agenda for disapproval.
For disapproval, we have 2 items. 2025-273-PL, Pearl Landing Addition, located at 1101 West Royal Lane. The second one is 2025-277-PL, Monera Addition, located at 8201 TriStar Drive and 8230 Esters Boulevard.
All right, do we have a motion for disapproval for the reasons set forth in the staff memorandum?
I'll make a motion for disapproval.
Okay,
I'll second.
we have a motion and a second for disapproval. Please vote. And the motion passed unanimously. All right, on to the individual items. Item number 7, Special Fence Plan 2024-411-SFP, located at 806 South Loop 12. Is the applicant present? Yes. Sir. Your case was heard in the work session. Would you like to come up to the front to present?
I just want to thank the City Council for listening to me. Been at my location for 41 years. Just need to put a fence up for privacy and security. Just asking the city council if they'll allow it.
Okay. And your name and city of residence?
John Ramirez, I am a resident of Dallas County, city of Dallas, but shops in Irving at 806 South Loop 12.
Okay, thank you. All right. Was there anything else you'd like to say?
Negative.
Okay.
Just thank y'all.
Can you hold up 1 second in case any of the commissioners have questions for you?
Sir?
Can you hold up just 1 second in case anybody has questions
Yes, sir.
for you? Thank you. Do any of the commissioners have questions for the applicant? Commissioner Ahmed.
Can you briefly explain what's the hardship with the current fence? So you have a 6-foot fence, and then you have a barbed wire on top of it. Is that not sufficient for security? I just want to hear that. And when you say privacy, what's the need for privacy on that lot?
We are a collision shop, so if I have a damaged vehicle, it has to be behind a closed structure, so it's not visible to the street. I have had break-ins on chain link where they've cut the fence and got in. They've been in twice. I do have dogs, but, you know, they're not aggressive, so
Yeah.
they're just noisemakers.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions for the applicant? No? Thank you, sir.
May I be seated?
You may.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who'd like to speak in favor of this item? Anybody in opposition? And I'll return it to the commission for discussion and a motion.
If there's no other discussion amongst the commissioners, I'd like to move Special Fence Plan 2024-411-SFP to council for approval.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second recommending approval. Please vote. And the motion passes unanimously. And sir, it still does go to the city council at the September 18th meeting for city council. You probably want to be there. Yep. All right. Item number 8, zoning case 2025-129-ZC, located at 906 King Avenue. Is the applicant present? No. Okay. Is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor of this item? Sir.
Hello, everyone. So this actually,
And your name and,
Oh,
and
sorry,
city of residence?
Josefa Mahuala, Irving, City of Irving.
Okay.
Yes. This actually, my brother's case. He just told me to come and listen about the case. But basically, we have a big plot right now on 906 King Avenue, and we just kind of wanted to split it up so we could have multiple lots and maybe, you know, build multiple houses on the other lots. That's about it. Just wanted to bring some clarity to why we wanted to do it.
Okay. Are you open to answering any questions from the commissioners about it, or do you not feel comfortable?
I'm not too confident
All
about
right.
that. Sorry about that,
No,
everyone.
that's fine. Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Ma'am, did you say, you want to come down here to the microphone?
Hello, thank you for having us here tonight. My name is Wendy Malata, and I am the one next to, my address is 904 King Avenue. I am the one next to the house on the proposal, and I totally disagree. It will take away the integrity of the community. By them, how can I put this? There is already a church in front of us that it's making a lot of traffic in our area. Actually, there's 2 churches. And with this, it will be even more traffic because there is a lot of people coming in and out, and us not having enough space to go into our residential area. The brother did not come to me and speak about it. He came to me about a fence being moved. I've been there for more than 24 years, and that has always been like that. He just bought the land. He has done nothing with the land. He's not taking care of the land. He's not even cutting the trees that are pulling my fence towards his land. And I spoke with him and I told him that. So I will say that I'm against the proposal because I have no notice from him of what the intentions are. But if that's going to affect my house, my residential area, I'm against it completely. And also due to traffic in the area, which is residential. So I'm against it.
Thank you.
Do I need to stay here?
No,
or-
you're good. Is there anybody else who would like to speak in favor of this item? Anybody in opposition? Anybody else in opposition? No, then I'll close the public hearing and return it to the commission for discussion and a motion.
Well, I would like to just make a comment that I think the lot size compatibility standard is an important ordinance of the city. And so I would have liked the opportunity to talk about with the applicant, to talk about why the plan is set up the way it is, because I think we had some questions about the shape and whether or not there were any alternatives that he would consider. I know conflicts come up, so I'm not casting aspersions, but this is going to go before the city council regardless of how we vote, so I would encourage him to appear before the city council. I think that would be helpful to them. But I have trouble supporting this case as it is.
Commissioner Merrick?
I would recommend that we postpone like we've done with other applicants that haven't shown up.
Yeah, I would support that. I think that would give opportunity for the applicant to be here. One of the comment that the resident also made, that she hasn't had opportunity to speak to the owner of what's going on. So that might give that opportunity as well, and then she could still present her concern. So my suggestion would be to postpone.
I actually have a question for staff. I forgot to ask this during the working session. One of the letters opposing this was something regarding the water supply in that area. Do we know if that's true?
So the probably general concern is just adding additional users to the water system. So anytime a permit comes through, they'll usually look at that. But for single family, especially 2 additional lots, probably is not going to affect the capacity. If we're talking about, a couple hundred lots or something, that's when it's more of a concern. But 2 homes shouldn't affect the ability to serve water in the area.
Right. Okay, just as a second comment, I believe the applicant should be present here. What was the reason the applicant is not here?
Yeah, if you can come up to the microphone to speak.
He actually had to go out of town for a work trip. So, but he said that he would be able to come to the next hearing on the 18th, I believe.
Question for you. Are you okay with postponing it until he gets here to be able to answer the commission questions? Or do you want to move forward?
I mean, that would probably be Oh, okay, well, I guess that settles.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we have the authority to make that motion and vote on that. If that's what the commission feels, that it really needs to hear from the applicant in order to properly evaluate the case, that somebody can make that motion, and it can be voted on.
I can make the motion. I move to postpone zoning case 2025-129 ZC. Do I need to mention a time or date?
The next date is October 6th.
To October 6th.
I second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to postpone it to the next P&Z meeting. Please vote. And the motion passes 7-2.
All right, thank you all for your time.
Thank you. All right, on to item number 9. Zoning case 2025-212ZC, located at 512 North Sowers Road. This is one that I think we're going to be postponing, but we have the public hearing anyway because it was in the agenda. So is there anybody who would like to speak on this item, either in favor or against it? Not seeing anyone. Oh, yes, come on.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Priscilla Viglanthe. I'm going to be speaking on behalf of the applicant.
Okay.
So my address is 1802 Green Oaks Drive, Irving, Texas, and this is Yesenia Mejia, the applicant and property owner. So she's just here today to acknowledge and to agree to the postponement
Okay, great,
for October
wonderful.
6th.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Good to see you. All right. Anybody else who'd like to speak in favor or against this item? No? Then I'll return it to the commission for a motion.
I'll make the motion to move zoning case 2025-212ZC, postponed until October 6th.
A second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to postpone to the next meeting. Please vote. He can't vote on this one. And the motion passes unanimously with one commissioner abstaining. All right. Item number 10, zoning case 2025-242-ZC, located at 1306 West Grawweiler Road. Is the applicant present? Sir.
Good evening. My name is Daniel St. Clair. I'm a resident of Irving, excuse me. I'm a resident of Irving, and I'm with Quantum Elite Homes on behalf of the...
Okay. And we had a discussion about this in work session. You want to say anything further about it?
Only that it is, the homeowner has every intent of staying in this house for a really long time. That's why they're building out, they bought the property to build it out as a long-term family home. They have 2 young children that they plan on passing the home and the acreage to as they grow older and get old enough to have everything passed to them. So their intent is not to sell this property. Their intent is to stay in this property and build it out so it fits for what they're trying to accomplish for their family.
Okay. Right. Do any of the commissioners have questions for the applicant? Commissioner Merrick?
Yep, so I was just looking at it says Quantum Elite Homes, applicant is 4 Little Squirrels. So are you 4 Little Squirrels?
No, I'm Quantum Elite Homes. I'm the one who actually submitted the application and has been running everything for the P&Z.
Okay, I was just confused about, well, what's 4 Little Squirrels?
4 Little Squirrels is their nickname. It's a couple that likes to remain a little anonymous, but it's a male and a female and 2 young children, and they're the 4 Little Squirrels.
Okay, so that's the individual. Okay. So one question I had was, why not put this extension on the house? Why is it a separate building?
The way the house is designed, it has, the back of the house opens up. There's big panes of glass that open up into the backyard for the acreage. And there's no way to attach it and make it look nice without destroying the look of the house itself, which was the reason why they decided to put an accessory building in to be able to put the exercise facility into it.
Commissioner Denny?
Yeah, there were some written complaints regarding the activity at the house. I think some speculation that it might have had to do with the greenhouses or the nursery in the back. So could you give us a little more color about what that might be about?
Absolutely. The landscaper who was hired for the project by the homeowner, not by me, was given strict instructions not to install the nursery, or the nursery building, until we went through P&Z and City Council, and then they were to submit and pull a permit for it. It's a greenhouse, and it's, from what I understand, I haven't even seen it, to be honest with you. I talked to them about it on Saturday when I got a call from the city on late Friday, and asked them why was it installed. They assured me that they would take it down if they were required to, and I said, you are required to take it down and submit the process correctly, which is to submit for city permit for that building. And it's a temporary building that is just anchored to the ground by stakes. I'm not quite sure why he elected to put it up at this moment in time.
Okay, thank you.
Are you the one who built the house originally
Yes, sir.
for them? Was it a thought at the time of building the house to be able to accommodate these accessories that they're now wanting?
It was
when the house was being built?
No, sir, it was not. This became an afterthought. The homeowner owns a decent-sized company, and they build in West Texas for dormitories. And in their dormitories, they had just started building workout facilities. And he fell in love with some of the workout facilities that they had built there, and decided he wanted to have something similar in his property. And so that's what started this whole ball rolling. We didn't even discuss it until the house was almost complete, that he wanted to add something to it.
Commissioner Ahmed?
Can you explain the need for shower in a lounge and recreational area?
It is a gym. So, and the gym is being detached away from the house. He wants to be able, so you've got a wet sauna, a dry sauna, a massage area, and an exercise area. The reason for the shower is after you go through all that process, you don't want to walk through the yard to get to a shower and sweat all the way through the house. So they wanted the shower to be able to clean up while they were there.
And why the need of the natural gas?
Heat. We can do without gas, but the homeowner wanted to try to use gas versus electric for heating and cooling of the facility. Well, heating, not cooling, but so that.
But just for furnace purposes?
That's all it's for. Mm-hmm.
But you can do electric, right, as you mentioned?
Yeah, I believe they can go with an electric heat pump.
Right.
Any other questions for the applicant? No. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anybody else who would like to speak in favor of this item? Anybody in opposition? No? Then I'll return it to the commission for discussion and a motion.
Well, I'll make it, I'm particularly attuned to the staff's comment that, it looks like they don't find a hardship because this could have been built attached to the house. And I know there's been a particular sensitivity to separate accessory buildings on residential properties. So I'm having trouble supporting this, given the track record of accessory buildings and that it could be attached. So unless anyone else wants to make a comment, I'll make a motion for disapproval for zoning case 2025-242 ZC.
Second. All right, we have a motion and a second recommending disapproval. Please vote. And the motion passes 7-2. All right, on to item number 11, zoning case 2025-252-ZC, located at 5000 West John Carpenter Freeway. Is the applicant present?
Good evening. My name is Ron Smith. I'm an architect and architectural engineer with Mays and Associates Architecture at 14881 Quorum Drive in Addison, Texas. I also grew up in Irving, Texas, and have done a number of hotels here. I'm glad to be in front of you tonight to represent a local hotel firm that also owns a number of hotels and is excited to try to take an unfortunate circumstances where we had a hotel that had an incident in it, and instead of building back a lesser product, bring a more higher-end product to the community that will be a long-lasting, standing part of the community. I've got a short presentation. Do I have a clicker?
You can pull the
The
drawer for the
keyboard.
mouse.
Okay. This is a rendering we did especially for this project. It's trying to Live Smart by Studios by Hilton is a brand-new product. I think it was a little misunderstood when it went to council a year ago because there weren't any built nationwide. There's 225 in the system, and the first group of them has been opened. It's Hilton's kind of extended stay light product, not quite as nice as Homewood, but a great product. And in the Hilton family and subject to all of Hilton's inspections and requirements. Y'all probably know the site. The problem here is we're bound on this pretty small lot on 114, a Best Western to one side, a rental car company next to us, and the parking spot behind us. This area's got a number of good hotels. There's a Fairfield and a Homewood, and it's kind of been an area. It's on the north side of the airport. And I think replacing what was the former Comfort Inn with a Hilton product with 30 more rooms and a more modern facade and a long-term relationship with Hilton will be a better product and a higher use of the land for Irving. The upper left-hand corner is the site plan that was originally put in place in 1997. Interesting enough, I was on the team that did that building. I have those plans at the office. But we're looking at bringing a more modern product. The applicant in 1997 was in a position where he was building Comfort Inns and Comfort Suites and has now excelled in the industry and has done a number of Hiltons and Marriotts and Hyatts and is in a position to put a much higher standing product here that will be great for the community. The lower right-hand side is the site plan we're proposing. It has 130 guest rooms, which is more than what was the 101 that was here before, is parked to today's standards, provides a fitness room to today's standards, meets the new parking regulation that y'all updated 2 years ago for hotels. This is a table just showing some of the amenities. The meeting room, 5,000 square foot meeting room for the hotel is not being met. We are meeting the lounge space requirement. We are meeting the fitness space requirement. Additionally, we want to have some additional outdoor fitness space. We are meeting the requirement for the minimum of 300 square feet. We are providing breakfast. We are providing a market. We are asking a variance for the 130 versus 200 room minimum, which is pretty common. This is part of the reason y'all have this ordinance, so people like me come before you and you get an opportunity to see what they've done. I've done multiple hotels here in town, including the True at Valley View that just opened a couple weeks ago that is 157 rooms. Beautiful hotel and great asset to the community. This just shows a little bit of the floor plan. We're going to have an oversized fitness room, a nice lounge, a board and meeting space, and it's very popular with the new generation. They like to have their outdoor space, providing a barbecue area, fire pits, areas to relax and relate. The extended stay product here provides a great environment for traveling nurses and professionals coming to town for training, and Hilton is a brand that they trust and they seek out.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Just showing just the basic floor plans. Wanted to show you a little bit about what we're talking about. These are from Hilton's stack of their, this is the type of room, the type of product. We've customized it for this location, but those rooms and the quality that you're seeing here is the Hilton standard that we're asking you to allow us to move forward with. Magnolia Hospitality is a very successful developer, over 35 plus properties over the year. currently holding dozens of properties, including Hilton, Marriott, and Hyatt brands. Again, this is renderings we did for y'all tonight. This is the product that we're proposing. It's a very tight fit. We've worked with the fire department, we've worked with utilities to show that the site plan we're showing actually works and meets all their requirements. Putting kind of a decorative staircase on one corner to kind of brighten the image of it up, outdoor living space that our guests like. It's just, we're very unfortunate the lot is not bigger. If I did nothing but provide parking, I wouldn't get 200 cars. If I went to 200 rooms and doubled the height of the building, I'd have height problems. The lot's just too small. But going from 101 rooms that we had to Comfort to 130 rooms with Hyatt, I think is a value for the community.
I think your 5 minutes are up. Are you about done?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm here to answer questions.
Appreciate it. All right. Any questions to the applicant?
Yeah, I had a question. I think you were getting to it, why you had to go lower. It's like lower than the 200, it's 130, so you're a difference of 70 rooms.
Right, so the last several hotels we built here in Irving have been in the 120, 130, 140 room range. The lot just doesn't support. We're locked in on three sides. We can't buy the lots around us. This is a piece of property his family's owned for more than 30 years. It's not economically feasible to build a parking garage for such a small lot. It's not, and that's part of the reason we need the parking to pull forward a little bit. There's almost not enough width of the lot. Normally, we would have amenities behind the hotel, and we're putting them to the left because of the unique characteristic of the piece of land we have to work with. So we've come up with a creative solution to get you more keys and meet the needs.
And I know you're increasing the number of rooms from what it was previously. Are those rooms also larger? Because I think these are the extended stay.
All the rooms extend are larger than your minimum requirement. These are all nice Hilton rooms.
Any other questions for the applicant? No? Thank you very much. You can have a seat. Is there anybody else who'd like to speak in favor of this item? Anybody in opposition? No? Then I'll return to the commission for discussion and a motion.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I have a hospitality background. I am concerned about more select service. However, on this particular piece of land, putting in more rooms than what was there before with a higher quality product helps to elevate that area. I'm not sure what else could ever be built on that land. And for that reason, the opportunity for the CVB to collect the hotel tax, I'm in favor of the case. Oh yeah, I'll make a motion to move 2025-252-ZC to be forwarded to City Council for approval.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second recommending approval. Please vote. And the motion passes 7-2. All right, on to item number 12, which has been withdrawn. So we don't actually have to do anything on that one. That one's the Comprehensive Plan Amendment 2025-278-CP. So we get to go on to item number 13, zoning case 2025-253-ZC, and it's located at 906 Oakland Drive. Is the applicant present?
Hi, good evening. I'm Cynthia Rojas, resident of Irving, Texas. I'm here representing the owner.
Right. And we already discussed it some in the work session. Did you have anything you wanted to say before I open it up for questions?
Yeah, so my parents are the owners of the land, and my brother and I have been helping them with this big move that they are wanting to make. So basically, this plot of land has a really old house. They simply want to rebuild that house from the ground up and make their forever home. So for that reason, I think the zone needs to be changed, and that's kind of what we're here to do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Do any of the commissioners have questions for the applicant? Well, she's representing the applicant. Yeah, they're really the applicant.
Yeah.
Any questions? No? All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Is there anybody else who'd like to speak in favor of this item? Anybody in opposition? You'd like to come up?
Good evening. My name is Rita Thompson. I live in Arlington. I grew up in Irving. In fact, I grew up at 702 West 8th Street, which is on this plot or site land is number 3. So it's a big square just to the south of the property that we're talking about. My mother, Mary Jane Huerta, owns the property. My father's died in 2023, and through probate, my mom received all the property and everything. So she wasn't feeling well enough to come tonight. She's 96 years old. This property's been in the family since the early 60s. My parents worked hard to earn this property, to put it together for family land. The whole neighborhood, the whole area, the people that we bought the land from, and the people that lived adjacent north, all of that, we knew all of them. We knew the kids. We grew up all together. So this area has been farming. People have had animals. They've gone. People have died. But the property has always been very quiet, very calm. Yeah, we have a little noise every now and then. But the house that is current, there's two things here. There's currently a house on there. That house they want to demolish that house, which we can understand. I can understand. He wants to demolish it. I'd like to have that house demolished tomorrow, if we could. It's an old, old home. And have the new house built, which is what he says he wants, for a single-family home, modern, and to be within the rules and regulations of the city. That's the one thing that I would like to emphasize is the rules and regulations of the city on how this home is built. And that yes, he says he wants to contribute positively to the community. Yeah, I would like him to be held to that, because from the other property that he has adjacent to that property that he has, the 906 on Oakland, that has been a problem for our family in the noise that is coming from there. And some of the things that he has said to us that he wanted to do on the property and has had to rescind that because he found out through the city he couldn't do any of that. So basically, I'm hoping that if this gets approved and he gets to get the single family, tear the house, build a new home, that whatever is there doesn't impede on my mother's land, which will come to the family, because that's how it is in her will. It is going to be a family land. We're not giving it. We're not selling it, which he has asked several times that he wants. They want to buy the land. He wants to buy our land. It's not for sale. It's going to be ours. We've lived there since the early 60s. We all love the land. The grandkids love the land. The great-grandkids love the land. The autistic great-grandson gets to run in the property and not have to worry about anything. We don't have to worry about him. So building of this home, that's great. That's everybody's dream. Build your own home. I just hope he builds it and keeps to what he says in his letter of intent. He wants to build it safe. He wants to promote safety, maintain the house, build it according to the applicable building codes, and keep with the regulations on how that home is built. Don't alter from them. That's the one thing we want, is for that property to be maintained. It was beautiful farming property. We hoped it would stay farming property, but it couldn't forever. That's my concerns. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, did you want to speak as well?
My name is Isidro Huerta Jr. I live at 625 West 8th Street. I'm at the east end of this property, okay? He owns 5 properties up north of that, or with that, that'll be 5. This guy's been nothing but a problem and a pain in the neck to me. He's come up to me, telling me you need to let me tear down this fence and put up my wooden fence, and I will give you the good side. Well, my fence has been there since that house was built back in the 50s, and it's going to stay there till a tornado rips it out. It's 3 inches from the marker, so it's 3 inches inside my fence. He didn't like that. Nothing he could do about it. So he put his fence a little bit trouble, but he put the nice side out. Now, when you come up to the front part of my house, which is this 906, because they're like 55, 58 wide, I think 330 long, big long ones. He said the same thing. He goes, I need this piece of property. He goes, and my mom's property. He says, well, you need to tell your mom I want to buy this property. You guys need to sell it to me because I want to build a driveway around there, and I want to build, I want to put all my equipment back here. I don't know what he does, but there's tractors, trailers. A couple of weeks ago, there was, or about a month ago, a little bit more than a month ago, there was a dump truck coming in early in the morning. Sometimes early in the morning, you hear them come in there and all kinds of noise, one thing or another. May be quiet. Since me and him had a talk, it was July 5th. It was my grandson's graduation day. He bought this piece of property, 906, and he said, well, I'm gonna go to the city and I'm gonna see if they can make you guys sell me this piece of property or give me this piece of property because it's at the dead end street. My dad owns all of that dead end street, okay? I tell him, well, you go do what you want, man. I done been through this 15 years ago with the city because the guy wanted to do the same thing. Cut that property in half. He wanted to go through our driveway. It's not going to happen, The lot next to it, there is a shed that was illegally built in the 70s. The city told the owner at that time, who he bought it from, you cannot use it, okay? Uninhabitable, nothing. The code compliance officer came and told me, because I asked him to check on it, that he went up there and he caught them digging ditches and putting water, the sewer lines in from the house to this. He told me when he first bought it, the first time I ever talked to him a couple years ago, he wanted to build that shed, turn it into an event center. He wanted my mom's property as a parking lot. That way he can just drive people straight up. Now what he's doing for his driveway on those other 4 parts, 2 lots over, the road comes through, or dirt driveway comes through. And it goes through there. So I told him, well, if you're going to build this house right here, why don't you go to the city and have them build you a little permit to come through all 3 yards? City said, no, you can't do that, right? So he started having quinceañeras and, all kinds of crazy parties and everything. Code compliance came in and shut him down. Now, he ain't telling you this because he don't want this out, but he's just been a pain and a nuisance to the whole neighborhood. Called the cops on him one night. Cops came and shut it down. When they left, bang, 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 bang. About 4 or 5 shots. That doesn't intimidate me, man. I'm a Marine. You want to pull a gun? Pull a gun. But you better kill me the first shot. Now, I'm done with this guy, and I told him, don't come over this fence. Don't come over this yard. Don't ever go and talk to my mom and my sister. And I'm really getting pissed right here. I'm trying to maintain. He was told after the code compliance said, leave him alone. We don't have to sell that. They do not have to sell that. They don't have to do any of that. Stay off. So about 3 weeks ago, when they were putting a fence up, I told him, don't come over this fence. You come over this fence, it's your life. I'm done with you. I'm tired of you, you know. And then what did he do? About 4 days later, they throw metal over the fence. Grass was like that, so I would run over it with the lawnmower. I just grabbed it and threw it back over in his yard. That's the kind of person this guy is. I do not want that house built. If that house that he has there that's so bad, why is he renting it out to people? Because there's people in there, living in there. There's about 6 cars, 5 trucks up there. He's got rented out. So the house is not inhabitable. It's just not inhabitable him. He wants a big, fancy new house. That's all I got to say is, no, I don't want this guy around.
Thank you. All right. Is there anybody else who'd like to speak in opposition to this item?
No, she forgot her phone.
All right. Would the applicant, would you like to respond to any of the comments that have been made?
Probably the applicant instead of their daughter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never seen these people in my life, and I know that my dad bought, a plot of land, and then another plot of land, and then another one, and they're basically right next to where they want to build their house, which is where we're asking for that rezone. I have never heard of any sort of quinceañera center or whatever they were talking about. So no sort of event center is being made, or we don't want to make that there. They for sure want to have their forever home built there. So yes, that is where, we see, our family going for years and years. And yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about that, but no event center. As far as what my dad does for a living, he doesn't live anywhere near there. They like that the land is really big, so as opposed to where they live now, currently, also in Irving, they would have just more space for gardening and just having a bigger land. But aside from that, he's a gardener, he does landscape, he has rental houses, and I don't know, again, what to say about the guns, and I don't know. But yeah, that.
Thank you. All right. Then I'll close the public hearing and return it to the commission for discussion and a motion.
Well, I'll make a couple of comments. I appreciate the comments from both sides, and certainly mindful that I think what's before us is a zoning case, and in what appears to be a predominantly residential area, and essentially asking permission to tear down and rebuild a house. So it's not. I would say it's, however we vote, it's not a commentary on other activity, and I think Irving's definitely responsive to any complaints or things that need to be made. But I think we're focused on the zoning case. So I think with that, I would make a motion for approval for zoning case 2024-253 ZC.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second recommending approval. Please vote. And the motion passes 8-1. All right. That still goes to the city council. So it goes with a recommendation of approval, but you'll still need to go to the city council, and you can raise the issues there. And as Commissioner Denny said, many of the concerns that you raise are things that are outside of the scope of what we have any authority over as a Planning and Zoning Commission. Certainly the city council has some level of authority, but then also direction to the city staff if there are specific issues that you think need to be addressed. All right, item number 14, Transit-Oriented Development Detail Plan 2025-257-ZC, located at 300 West John Carpenter Freeway, being the 300 block of West Las Colinas Boulevard. Is the applicant present? Sir.
Good evening. Can y'all see what I see, or do you see that?
We see that now.
I don't know. I see the presentation on this screen. Is that what
No,
you see?
we're,
There it is.
now
Okay.
we can see it, yeah.
Just make sure you can see what I see. Brian Grant with JPI, Irving, Texas. Thanks for having us here this evening. I know there's some discussion in the work session as well, so happy to really here to answer questions that you all have. Quickly go over the plan and who we are. JPI, been around since 1989 here in Irving, in Las Colinas. For the existence of our company, we've done several projects and communities here in Irving, and been the most active multifamily developer in DFW for the last 8 years, running build Class A multifamily. That's what we do and what we focus on. This site, obviously, everyone knows where it is, next to Wells Fargo, the Music Factory, Convention Center. We're very aware, as Ken hit on the work session, the zoning that's in place today with the general plan. And our team worked really hard to make sure we were in line with the provisions that were set forth in that zoning for this detailed plan. So not asking for any variances with the plan before you today. It is a 7-story product, as was discussed in the work session, with some commercial there on the corner overlooking the lake. TBD on what that could be. We've had some conversations with our retail partners, so still early on in the process for us. But yeah, again, carved out that corner. I think it could make for a really nice commercial space, whether it's restaurant, retail, whatever that ends up being. Again, all 7 stories, as was mentioned, know that that's been something for a while that the city's been looking for on the water here, is a taller, more dense product. So I believe the zoning is anywhere from 40 to 100 units to the acre. We're right there at 77. But I know there were some questions, so happy to answer questions that came up in the work session. But again, not asking for any variances, and looking forward to continuing this design and getting a product built here on this one of the last remaining kind of pieces of land here in the urban center.
All right, any questions from the commissioners for the applicant?
Did y'all build East Shore?
East Shore? Yes, sir.
On which other developments have you done in Las Colinas or Irving?
In the urban center, in the last 10 years, East Shore, there's 2 right by the station on the north side of Wells Fargo.
Jefferson, Lumen?
Yeah, they all have Jefferson in there. It's kind of our moniker. Lumen, and then I think Jefferson Promenade.
Yeah.
There was a Jefferson Riverside, which is right there. And then there's a couple that are further south in the urban center as well that have all been in the last 7 or 8 years. And there's been some pre my time in early Las Colinas days.
Commissioner Pritchard?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Have y'all calculated in terms of what tax revenue will be coming from this project to the city of Irving and to the Irving Independent School District?
Yes, sir. It is, by when it's complete, and so when it's a stabilized product, we calculated $978,000 annually to the city, and just under $1.7 million to the ISD. And that would start in 2029, which is when we anticipate construction being completed.
Do you have you got an area here for a restaurant? Do you have a restaurant lined up or what to go in, or do you know what you're going to do with it?
No, sir. So originally the plan, kind of where the dark gray is on this rendering, we kind of had all of that booked for retail, restaurant, talked to some of our partners that we worked with in the area. I know it was mentioned in the work session, there's lots of vacant retail in the area. And the feedback we got was we had a couple of people turn us down for a lot of this space that we had, so that's why we shrunk it down to what it is now, at 7,000 square feet. Don't have anybody lined up today for what that would be. Kind of worded the zoning to where we have enough parking where it could be a restaurant, it could be retail, to allow for some of that flexibility.
Thank you.
Other questions for the applicant? No? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who'd like to speak in favor of this item? Anybody in opposition? No? I'll return to the commission for discussion and a motion.
If no further discussion, I'd like to make a motion to approve 2025-257-ZC to be forwarded to City Council for approval.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and several seconds recommending approval. Please vote. And the motion passed unanimously. All right, that's our last item. So we are adjourned at 7:58 p.m.